before you criticize somebody for their work in any field, your first job is to articulate the thesis that your target has so well that your target says, yes, I wish I'd thought of putting it that way. That's, of course, a very tall order, but it's a great ideal to strive for. And every now and then, you may succeed. Second,
some people call, I heard some people call this steel manning an argument as opposite to straw manning someone. So it's a sort of, it's the opposite. You want to make the argument so good that it's even stronger.
Yes, steel manning.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that term, but that's good, yes. The whole idea is that it counteracts the idea of reductio ad absurdum, where people are deliberately looking for embarrassing ways of putting the thesis. The second point is anything that you've learned from your target that your target has persuaded you of, you should mention that.
Oh.
Third, anything that you and target agree about that a lot of people don't. Only after you've done those three things should you say, number 4, now you can criticize. And when you do that, your target is very attentive and takes you seriously because you clearly understand the position being held and you've learned something and you agree about some things. So it's a good way of getting into constructive contact with whoever you're criticizing.
Right. So it made me think of a quote by someone called Ibn al-Haytham, which is one of the scholars from the golden age of science. Yeah, al-Haytham. But his approach was more as an individual. If you're trying to seek the truth, you would want to put yourself as an opponent to whatever you're reading. And then he goes on and says, and then you have to question yourself while doing this process, so that you have a fair representation.
That's good, yeah.
But the Rapoport rules are more as a collective way in which you have two people or multiple people.
Yes.
So in your talk again on Monday, you put an emphasis on this collective way of gaining knowledge about the world. Can you talk?
But the individual question that you want to ask yourself is, what if I'm wrong?
Yeah.
And that's not a question that's asked enough by many people. In fact, I've been amused by, for instance, a right-wing Christian leader, and I asked him, do you ever ask yourself, what if I'm wrong? No, never, no. In fact, that's discouraged. And I think that's one of the most socially dangerous or pernicious features of religion is not just licensing a lack of skepticism, but commanding it, saying, do not even think about whether this is true. Do not question anything from the religion. That's, I think, it's an obvious feature of religions to protect them from internal evolution, and it's a dangerous one.
Well, I would agree with that as long as we put an asterisk on the word religion, or we say some forms of religion.
Some forms of
the word religion can be wide and can apply even to philosophies like Buddhism or other types.
Yes, it can be wonderful, but the forms that are not just dogmatic, but also that discourage or prohibit doubt. Those are dangerous.
Yeah, so that's the dogmatic thinking is what we're talking about here. And again, the scholar I mentioned, Ibn al-Haytham, when he said question yourself, I think the word he used was accuse yourself. So he's saying accuse yourself whenever you're يتهم نفسك, to accuse yourself when you're doing this process of trying to seek the truth. So these ideas are have been, it's a human heritage that have been developed by
and sometimes it's surprising what you discover about yourself.
Yeah,
you can discover that you have a dislike of an idea. You don't know why you dislike it. You just know you don't like the idea. There's ideas that I don't like. I hope they're false.
If you enjoyed this clip, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the like button, as this would help this content be visible to the YouTube algorithm. You can watch the full interview here. To support the channel, you can join us on Patreon, which for now supports both my Arabic and my English channels. See you soon.